Who is S. C. Sayles? S. C. Sayles is a British philosopher-theologian and independent researcher based in Morecambe, Lancashire. His work spans philosophy, biblical theology, hermeneutics, metaphysics, ontology, philosophy of mind, information theory, cosmology, legal philosophy, phenomenology, and Christian apologetics. Across more than 4 decades of scholarship, he has developed a unified intellectual project centered on a single methodological conviction. Every act of human judgment presupposes an authority structure. This principle forms the foundation of his distinctive philosophical methodology, jurisdictionalism. Sayles's professional life began in engineering rather than academia. After completing a 4-year electrical apprenticeship with the British National Coal Board, he progressed from electrician to supervisory high-voltage responsibilities. His intellectual journey began during the 1984 to 1985 miners' strike, a period that led him from agnosticism to Christian faith and initiated his long-term engagement with philosophy and theology. Although best known for his work in philosophy and theology, another lifelong passion has accompanied his intellectual journey. At the age of 13, in 1973, he discovered the music of James Brown, Otis Redding, funk, and the emerging Northern soul scene. What began with buying records quickly developed into a lifelong commitment to the music, its culture, and its history. Throughout the decades, he has attended all-nighters and soul events across the United Kingdom as both a collector and dancer, becoming an active participant rather than a detached observer. An avid collector of rare original vinyl records, he later hosted the Funky Music Room, a dedicated radio program celebrating Northern soul, funk, and related genres. He has also written books and academic papers examining the philosophy, culture, history, and authenticity debates surrounding the Northern soul movement. For Sayles, Northern soul has always provided a natural counterbalance to the intense philosophical and theological demands of his academic work. Where philosophy seeks disciplined contemplation, Northern soul expresses rhythm, movement, fellowship, and lived cultural memory. Today the music, the records, and the community remain an important and enduring part of his life. Following his work in the mining industry, Sayles served as an electrical engineer in railway rolling stock testing and commissioning before entering further education as a lecturer in electrical installation and electrical engineering. He later specialized in emerging electrical technologies, teaching electrical energy storage systems, photovoltaic installations, electric vehicle charging infrastructure, electrical inspection and testing, smart technologies, and advanced metering systems. During this period, he developed a nationally recognized UK qualification in electric vehicle charge point design and installation. Alongside his engineering career, Sayles served for many years in pastoral ministry as an evangelical pastor, Bible teacher, and lecturer. His ministry emphasized biblical exposition, systematic theology, discipleship, and apologetics. He also worked as a missionary in Malawi, where his long-standing research into occultism equipped him to train local pastors in discernment and pastoral practice. These experiences significantly shaped his later philosophical work, particularly his interest in conscience, authority, interpretation, and moral responsibility. Since 1984, Sayles has pursued an extensive program of independent scholarship across philosophy, biblical studies, hermeneutics, metaphysics, ontology, consciousness studies, information theory, and cosmology. Rather than publishing early, he spent decades developing an internally coherent system of thought before releasing his work publicly. His publications, books, essays, academic papers, and online manuscripts reflect a systematic and propositional style aimed at constructing a comprehensive philosophical framework rather than merely critiquing existing positions. At the center of this framework is jurisdictionalism, which argues that the first question of any inquiry is not evidence or method but authority. Every act of reasoning presupposes a court before which judgments are made, and modern appeals to neutrality or autonomous reason simply relocate authority rather than eliminate it. Sayles interprets Isaiah 33 verse 22, "The Lord is our judge, the Lord is our lawgiver, the Lord is our king," as identifying the ultimate court of rational inquiry. Sayles' wider philosophical system is explicitly logos-centered. He presents the eternal logos not merely as a theological subject but as the ontological ground of reality, creator, sustainer, interpreter, and judge. Human rationality is therefore derivative, and the intelligibility of creation rests upon the prior intelligibility of its divine author. This framework informs his work on ontology, consciousness, information theory, cosmology, biblical theology, metaphysical realism, and legal philosophy. Stylistically, his writing is systematic, constructive, and interdisciplinary, drawing from Augustine, Calvin, Van Til, classical metaphysics, Reformed theology, and philosophical realism while engaging contemporary discussions in cosmology, information theory, consciousness studies, and legal philosophy. His work consistently seeks to integrate theology, metaphysics, science, and ethics within a unified logos-centered understanding of reality. Sayles continues to write and publish independently from Morecambe, Lancashire. His current research develops jurisdictionalism into an increasingly comprehensive philosophical system while exploring related themes including logos-centered ontology, information theory, consciousness, biblical theology, and the architecture of meaning.